Okay, this is a bit of a video to welcome you into Maths Methods for 2025. So some back to school tips if you are starting grade 11 Maths Methods with Unit 1 in 2025. The difference between someone coming into Maths Methods in grade 11 this year compared to grade 12 is the grade 12s will still be working under the old syllabus, whereas the grade 11s will be working on the new syllabus. So there are some changes between the old syllabus and new syllabus that you will find are differences if you look at materials from last year for Unit 1. So just be aware of that. If you are looking at revision materials and things like that on Unit 1, there are some changes. So things that are still in the course from the old one, we're going to see the set notation, quadratics, graphs of your hyperbolas, your y squared equals x, your y equals square root of x, your circles, domain and range. You'll look at function notation, your piecewise functions, Pascal's triangle in a little bit more detail, and your cubics. The one thing about cubics is that you do not have to do the division of polynomials. You only have to solve them when they're already factorized, or just factorizing using your quadratic methods, like taking out a factor and then factorizing a quadratic. So that's a big change. And what is new in is surds and the trigonometry. So the unit circle, exact values, graphs of sine and cosine. So some things have come out and some things have come in. Also, like arithmetic progressions came out as well. A lot of these topics you'll hopefully have seen in 10 methods. If you are coming in to 11 methods and want to be preparing yourself, the big things I would be suggesting are making sure you have revised your quadratics, knowing how to factorize, knowing how to expand brackets, knowing how to complete the square and how to graph them, because that was quite a major part of our course in grade 10 last year. So a lot of that is assumed knowledge. It is quite a big lot of work to know, so make sure you revise that. And those other topics that you've already seen, make sure you have a look at those in preparation for this year. The course is big, the course is fast paced. You will notice a difference going from grade 10 to grade 11, another big jump up there. So you will need to make sure you are on top of your work every week, not leaving it to the last minute to study before the exam. The other big thing and advice that I would say is making sure you know your calculator. So depending what calculator your school is using, we use the 284 plus CE. We do have some students using the older version of that. They just don't have as many functions on it as the newer version. The biggest difference is the new version, the Python one I have, has the fraction button. So you'll see above the button here two little boxes showing your fraction. So that is one major difference between the older style and newer style. Also things to do with probability, applications that you can use on there, and some of the techniques for that. Otherwise fairly similar. Big things that you should know how to do coming in, making sure you know how to graph an equation. So going into your y equals, making sure you can type in an equation there, you can graph it, knowing that when you've graphed it, you can use those functions in second trace to find values on that line. So that's going to make things a lot easier for you if you are familiar with your calculator. So have a go at that. If you're unsure about that, check out some of my playlists. So I've got a calculator skills playlist. I have a quadratics playlist, and I also have a playlist for Unit 1 2025. So check some of those videos out, get yourself ready for the new year, and make sure you are ready for a big and challenging year of methods. All the best, and I hope you all do well this year.